Hey guys, let's talk about insulin. So when we eat a meal with carbohydrates, our blood sugar goes up. And your blood sugar cannot go directly into cells, so it needs insulin. Your pancreas senses that there's a rise in blood sugar and will release insulin. The insulin binds to the cells, which signals them to absorb the sugar from the bloodstream. So basically, insulin is often known as the key that unlocks the cell to allow sugar to enter and to be used as energy. So excess sugar will be stored in the liver and muscle as glycogen for future energy. If your blood sugar becomes low, the extra stores are used and can be put back into the blood. So the role of the insulin is to basically regulate your blood sugar levels and keep it in a normal range. So as your sugar rises, the pancreas secretes more insulin. The problems start when your insulin is chronically elevated in your body. Insulin is the main fat storage hormone, and it tells fat to be stored. It tells fat cells to store fat, and it prevents fat from being broken down into energy. Insulin can only be present if there is elevated blood sugar. So elevated blood sugar is only there if we consume a meal, right? Therefore, an energy surplus from eating, insulin will be released to store this energy. Your body won't want to break down its energy stores if you already have energy that's more conveniently used. So if you are obese or chronically eating a diet with processed foods and fast-burning carbs, insulin will constantly be released by the pancreas, and eventually your cells stop responding to the increase of the insulin. So you become numb to the insulin or insulin resistant. I'm sure you've heard that term before. So the pancreas still notices the rise in blood sugar, and so it continues to secrete insulin to bring down the sugar levels, but it's unresponsive. That's the problem. The insulin receptors on the cells no longer respond. They're now numb and no longer sensitive to that rise of insulin. And so you are insulin resistant. The end result is chronically high insulin levels in your body that cannot burn fat stores. So this means that your body is in a constant energy surplus. And with this, you will become more and more obese, or you will continue to gain more and more weight. And you will also have a chronic release of stress hormones, which will put your body in a chronic stress response. So that includes raising your heart rate, your cardiac output, how hard your heart works, and your blood pressure. It will also cause your hippocampus in the brain to shrink and will decrease your ability to sleep. You'll get tension headaches, a decreased sex drive, low levels of human growth hormone, and you'll continue to crave sugar and unhealthy fats. So these are all bad things. When your insulin is high, a lot of bad stuff happens. So intermittent fasting has been proven to significantly decrease your insulin resistance by decreasing it through fasting. So it will prevent every other chronic disease, such as metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. So in fact, did you know that that if you're insulin resistant, your risk of developing heart disease goes up by 93%. That's the #1 leading death in all of the world. That's pretty crazy. So with intermittent fasting, you finally give your body a break from eating all day. And your body no longer becomes an energy surplus machine, but rather an energy deficit machine. So you're lower on energy. Your blood sugar can finally normalize, and with no increase in blood sugar, your pancreas will stop secreting as much insulin. And so since insulin prevents the fat stores from being burned, you'll finally give your body a chance to burn those fat stores around your midsection and all those other fun places, and you can start to build up your insulin sensitivity again. So now you'll begin to prevent almost every chronic disease, even heart disease, by 93%. Pretty cool, huh?